ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौर तुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, or day before yesterday. We discussed from chapter 1 and verse number 42. दोषरे तय कुलग्नानां वर्ण संकर कारकै उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्मा कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वता. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children. All kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. So in this verse, we discussed earlier that Arjuna is predicting because of destroying the or killing the elderly family members, we will become the cause of destroying this jati dharma, Varnashram dharma, community projects and family traditions. Because there will be no family traditions, no, the younger generation will not be interested in executing the family traditions, and that will destroy the Varnashram dharma, Sanatan dharma. And in this way, uh, Utsadyanti jati dharma, so Shashvata, and will become the cause for this. And when this will happen, when the Varnashram dharma is destroyed, then what will happen? In today's verse, Arjuna is mentioning. Utsanna kula dharmanam manusyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavattiti anusushushuma. O Krishna, maintainer of the people. Again, Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Janardana. Utsanna kula dharmanam manusyanam janardana. So Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed dwell always in hell. So I have heard by disciplic succession. Arjuna is telling that it's not that I am saying, I am speculating about this. This I have heard from Guru Shishya Parampara, disciplic succession. This is authentic knowledge, my dear Krishna. This is given in the scriptures that whatever I am predicting, that this thing will happen. So these are mentioned in the scriptures, and I have heard from my spiritual masters in Gurukula. So bhavat iti, bhavati matlab it so becomes. This will happen. What will happen? Narke niyatam vaso. Utsanna kula dharmanam. When kula dharma means family traditions, religious rituals and functions are destroyed, religious functions, dharma are not followed, then Manushyanam Janardana, of such people, Narakyanyatam Vaso, they will surely uh, go to hell, always. That is, their ticket is confirmed, for sure. Because Manushyanam, this word is also very much important, very important. Manushyanam, because a Manushya or a human beings are supposed to follow the principles of dharma. And if they don't follow the principles of dharma, if they lead an independent life, whatever they want, they do, and they are not regulated through the instructions of scriptures. If you are a human being who is not abiding the laws given in the scriptures, then he gets the punishment. He is supposed to be punished because he's a human being. Human being means he is responsible for performing his actions. Animal is not expected to follow the principles of religion. An animal when it only engages in activities of sense gratification, there is no sin. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Ahara, nidra, bhai, maithunam, cha. When an animal he goes on doing all kinds of nonsense activities, there is no punishment for the animal because animal is not so intelligent to understand that what is the purpose. I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. No, a dog cannot understand the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, but a human being is expected to understand, to know, because human being has been given higher intelligence in order to cultivate spiritual knowledge, in order to become free from the activities of sense gratification. Uh, so they must follow the regulations of Shastras. If they don't follow, then there is heavy punishment. Just like um, this higher facilities are given. Human being has been given extra facility, extra intelligence, so that they can utilize, not exploit the resources of material nature more than an animal. So this higher facility has been given, higher intelligence has been given, so that they can execute some responsible task. What is that responsible task? To become free from the existence, material existence. Just like in a company, a manager is given higher facilities, extra facilities are given to a manager than a peon. Why? Because manager is supposed to perform some extra responsible work, which a peon cannot do. So if a manager he takes advantage of the extra facilities given by the company, but he does not execute the responsibility given to him, extra responsibility given to him. Then what will happen? Then he will be punished. His position will be taken away. Extra facility will be taken away. That's why. Similarly, a human being has been awarded extra intelligence so that he can utilize this intelligence to understand the purpose of life and become free from the cycle of birth and death, to become a sober person, to become free from these sinful activities, free from the activities of sense gratification. That's why Manushyanam, Arjuna is telling, Utsanna Kula Dharmanam Manushyanam. If a human being does not follow the principles of dharma, then definitely Narake Niyatam Vaso. He will be punished, he will be sent to hell for breaking the principles of religion. Uh, Not just performing sinful activity. When a human being performs sinful activity, then he is punished surely. But a human being who does not follow the principles of religion, he is also punished. He will also become an animal. Any human being who may be living very honestly, so-called honesty, nobody is honest. If anybody who does not follow the rules and regulations given by God, then he is not an honest person. He is a thief, uh, because he is living in the in this world which is created by the Lord, and he is utilizing all the facilities given by God, but he does not follow the principles or laws of God, then automatically he is punishable. He is not a honest person, because the honest person should accept the authority of God. That is Vedic injunction. Anybody who does not accept the authority of God, he is known as atheist. Atheist means as good as demon, asur, a demon, and his destination is also like that. So even if he lives so-called life full of honesty. So a human being who is living so with so-called honesty, but if he is not following the principles of religion, he is also punished. He is also sent to hell and then given animal form of body. Animal form of body is given. Only a human being who follows the principles of religion, he is again given the birth as a human being. Otherwise, he is sure to become an animal. So that is guaranteed. So a human being is supposed to follow the principles of religion. And if does not follow, narke niyatam vaso. He is always going to live in hell. And Arjuna is telling we will become responsible for this because of killing elder personalities in this battle, the younger generation will lose the interest in following the religious principles. And for this cause, for not following the principles of religion, they all will go to hell. And in this way, we will be called as responsible. That is why it is not good to fight. Bhavati iti anushushuma, and this I have heard from Vedic literatures. So this is also very important. Anu Sushruma. Sushruma. Anu means following the previous authorities. Those who have actually received knowledge in disciplic succession. They actually know things as they are. So any information, any knowledge, uh, or any purpose of life has to come from bona fide authorities. Nobody can say, my purpose of life is just to eat, drink, and be merry. This is my purpose of life. Who have seen the next birth? We have got this life of 50, 60, 70 years. So let us all enjoy this life. Why to bother so much about religion? What is the purpose of your life? The purpose of my life is to do good, be good. This is the purpose of my life. Acha raho, acha karo. Uh, So this is not accepted. The purpose of life has to come from bona fide authority. Then only it can be accepted. So that is why Arjuna is telling Anushushumam means I have heard from disciplic succession that this is what will happen if people do not follow the Vedic injunction. And my dear Krishna, you are Janardhan. Again, he is addressing Krishna as Janardhan. Oh Krishna, Janardhan means maintainer of people. So you actually maintain people. You are maintainer of all the living entities. So how you can become the cause of their degradation? Uh, they will go to hell, and how you can allow this to happen? You should not allow this. That's why Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Janardana. So Arjuna bases his argument not on his own personal experience, but on what he has heard from the authorities. This is very important. Personal experiences cannot be used to give some any kind of judgment regarding life. This is what I feel. Perhaps, maybe, according to me, according to my experience, the purpose of life is this. So many people they speak like this. Even sometimes so-called sadhu guru also. Uh, they they declare themselves to be guru or a spiritual master, but they don't follow the teachings of scriptures. They say, according to my realization. And what is the value of your realization? According to my realization, according to my experience, and perhaps it should be like this. No, why it should be like this? Why your experience? It should be like what the Supreme Lord says, what the scripture says, what the previous bona fide authorities, Mahajanas have said. That should be accepted. So that is so Arjuna is not a foolish person like the so-called swamis or so-called teachers who give argument based on their own experiences. Arjuna is clear cut. He is telling this argument is I have heard from the authorities. This is what is explained in the Vedic literatures. So that is the way of receiving real knowledge. This is the way of receiving real knowledge. Sabda Praman. Pratyaksh Praman, Anuman Praman, and Sabda Praman. Pratyaksh Praman means getting information or knowledge by direct perception, which is which is not complete and which is imperfect. The Pratyaksh Praman is always imperfect and incomplete. This we have already discussed in the beginning of BGML classes. Because our senses are imperfect, our senses are not complete. So with these imperfect senses, we cannot actually get complete and perfect knowledge. That's why the only uh, way of getting real knowledge is to accept Sabda Praman. Means Sabda Praman means receiving knowledge by hearing from scriptures, by hearing from a bona fide spiritual master. One cannot reach the real point of actual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. So one cannot actually understand true knowledge without the help given by the person who has attained to that position. Tattva Darshina. Krishna also says in fourth chapter Bhagavad Gita, 34 number verse. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. Arjuna, if you want to get real knowledge, you go to a bona fide spiritual master who knows the truth, who has seen the truth. Tattva Darshina. One who has seen the truth, she can only impart you the real knowledge. So there is a system in the Varnashram institution by which before death one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activity. One who is always engaged in sinful activities must utilize the process of atonement called prayaschitta. Without doing so, one surely will be transferred to the hellish planets to undergo miserable lives as the result of sinful activities. So this is the system in Varnashram Dharma. And that's why there are so many religious functions, rituals, which has to be performed by every human being, irrespective of whether he is a Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, or whether he is a sinful or pious person. Because just by living, simply by living in this material world, one is sure to perform some kind of sinful activities. One cannot avoid. That's why in the Varnashram institution, Varnashram Dharma, the system has been given to perform some kind of price shade to become free from the reaction of sinful activities. So when one does not follow those system, Varnashram Dharma, when one becomes independent of Varnashram Dharma, then surely he is leading a life full of sin. And as soon as he leaves the body, he is transferred to the hellish condition of life. That's why Arjuna is very much anxious. Simply by simply by predicting, he is very much anxious that what will happen. All these people, millions and millions of people, because of not following the Varnashram Dharma, they all will be sent to hell for a long period of time. That's why he's saying, Narake Niyatam Vasa. Niyatam means eternally, but nothing is eternal in this material world. But the meaning should be taken that uh, uh, all these millions and millions of people, they will be sent to hell for long period of time. For many millions of years, they will suffer for performing sinful activity. So this short span of life, this 60, 70 years of life, a person, if he performs sinful activities, so this can guarantee his residence in hellish planet for many millions of years. This is so powerful. And if somebody can perform some very nice pious activities in this short span of life, 60, 70 years, that can also give him facility to enjoy uh, sense gratification in heavenly planets for many millions of years. And if somebody can utilize this 60, 70 years of time to perform the best activity, and what is the best of all activities? The devotional service to Krishna. If somebody can dedicate his entire life for service of the Supreme Lord Krishna, then this short span of life, 60, 70 years of performance of devotional service, pure devotional service to Krishna, can guarantee one's eternal life in Vaikuntha planet. That is the power of this human form of life. Just imagine how much precious time we have got. This human birth is so precious, so valuable. So we should not waste it simply by simply performing some kind of material activities. If somebody just wastes his human form of life just to earn some livelihood to maintain the body, which is anyway is going to be maintained, even if somebody doesn't work any kind of work. If somebody doesn't do any kind of work, still his life will be maintained because that is destined. Actual maintainer is Krishna. There are so many people in this world who don't work, but still they live life. Hmm. Uh, so what is the use in simply wasting the time just to maintain this life? Better one should work, one should do such kind of work which can guarantee his eternal permanent residence in the Vaikuntha planet. That is intelligence. That is why Narad Muni says in Bhagavatam, तस्यैव हेतो प्रयतेत कोविदा न लभ्यते यत्र भ्रमतां सुपर्यदा न लभ्यते यत् भ्रमतां उपर्यदा. Beginning from Brahmaloka to hellish planet, Patal Loka. Whatever is available, that is all useless, temporary material thing. So, intelligent person, Kovida means intelligent person should endeavor for acquiring those things, for acquiring that thing in his life, which is not available in even in Brahmaloka or in Patal Loka. And what is that? That is pure user service to Krishna. So if somebody can perform, dedicate his life completely in the service of Krishna just for the remaining uh, year of his life. uh, Most of us we are almost 20, 25, 30 years old. So we have just 30, 40, 50 years at max. uh, so if we can just utilize this life for serving Krishna, for chanting Hare Krishna, then we can get the opportunity to live eternally, not just for millions and millions of years, but for eternally in the Vaikuntha planet, in the association of the Supreme Lord with a very beautiful and transcendental body. This body is material, useless, ugly body. Externally, it may appear, oh wow, so handsome, so beautiful, but all nonsense, useless. Those who possess this body, they know. But others, it appears this is the glamour of this material world. Everyone knows that this material body is so nasty. It has to be fed, it has to be bathed every day, uh, and this from time to time it gets diseased. And doesn't matter how much you take care of the body is eventually going to become old, and ultimately it is going to die. If you take any example, you take anyone who were very handsome and beautiful in their young age, after 30 years, 40 years, they become they are no more handsome or beautiful. And as soon as they die, nobody cares even to live near the dead body. Now, this is the harsh reality of this material body. But Maya is so powerful that it bewilders everyone. Everyone, including demigods also, they get bewildered. Only a fully Krishna conscious person like Srila Namachar Haridas Thakur, only a fully Krishna conscious person, he does not get bewildered. He understands what is the nature of this material world. uh, Truth and beauty. There is an article, Srila Prabhupada wrote this article, Truth and Beauty. So truth is always beautiful, and whatever is beautiful, that is truth. And truth is always beautiful, and whatever is false, that is ugly. So this entire material existence is temporary, is false. So it is actually it is ugly. Ugly. This material body is actually ugly and nasty, because it is false. It is temporary, and only the spirit soul and the Supreme Lord and the devotional service, the connection, eternal connection with the Supreme Lord, that is the only thing which is beautiful and which is blissful. And anything material, whether it is material body, material work, material activities, or material world, material body, this is all what it is. This is dull, ugly, and miserable, and impermanent, temporary. This is the reality of this material existence. So the person then who is intelligent, who can get this fortune of getting some higher intelligence, good, pure intelligence, then he decides, why should I anchor so much after this material sense gratification? Okay, little bit sense gratification is required just to maintain the body. We have to eat, we have to sleep, we have to have some kind of recreation. But an intelligent person, he does only that much sense gratification which is absolutely required for maintaining the body. and rest of his time, energy, and resources he engages in such a manner so that he can advance in his spiritual life, his spiritual consciousness, to attain permanent existence in his spiritual realm. So that is intelligence. Okay. Anyway, so thank you very much. We'll stop here. Hare Krishna. If there are any question, you can ask. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
करेंगे और एक बार प्रायश्चित करेंगे तो उसका भी फल मिलता है।
हाँ, फल मिलेगा। एक बार पाप करने से, एक बार प्रायश्चित करने से खत्म हो गया। वापस से पाप किया तो फिर से फल लेना पड़ेगा, है ना। जैसे 10 रुपए आपने दिया तो एक चॉकलेट मिला, वापस से चॉकलेट चाहिए तो 10 रुपए फिर से देना पड़ेगा ना। ये तो सिंपल कैलकुलेशन। उसी तरह से, लेकिन प्रायश्चित करने का कोई फायदा नहीं है। बार बार अगर कोई प्रायश्चित करता भी है तो भी कोई फायदा नहीं, क्योंकि द डिजायर इज ऑल देयर विद इन द हार्ट टू परफॉर्म सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन, सिंफुल एक्टिविटी। वो पाप करने की जो प्रवृत्ति है, जब तक वो नष्ट नहीं होगी तब तक प्रायश्चित करने का कोई लाभ नहीं है। क्योंकि वापस से कुंजर शौचवत, परीक्षित महाराज बोलते हैं, इट्स लाइक एन एलिफेंट टेकिंग बाथ इन द रिवर। जो हाथी होता है वो नदी में जा करके स्नान तो कर लेता है, वो बाहर आके वापस से धूल मिट्टी डाल के फिर से कीचड़ में की तरह हो जाता है। तो इसका क्या फायदा। परीक्षित महाराज रिजेक्टेड दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ अटोनमेंट एंड परफॉर्मिंग सिंफुल एक्टिविटी अगेन एंड अगेन। The best way is to clear off all kinds of this inclination, tendency to perform sense gratification। अपने हृदय से इंद्र तृप्ति करने की, जो पाप करने की जो प्रवृत्ति है, उसको साफ कर देना चाहिए। वही बेस्ट तरीका है, और वो साफ हो सकता है किसी भी प्रकार के धर्म का या प्रायश्चित करने से नहीं हो सकता है। केवल और केवल कृष्ण का भक्ति करने से हो सकता है, कृष्ण का नाम जप करने से हो सकता है। दैट इज द ओनली सोल्यूशन। ठीक है।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। कितने लोगों को मैंने देखा है कि कंठी माला पहनने के बावजूद भी तो नॉनवेज छोड़ते नहीं है।
हाँ, तो गलत है वो, बिल्कुल गलत है। ठीक है, लेकिन आपको उनके उनको देख के आपको वैसा नहीं बनना है, आपको अच्छा बनना है ना। तो आप अच्छे से फॉलो करिए। ठीक है। ओके।
ठीक है प्रभु जी।
और कोई भक्त का प्रश्न है? यह जितेश को।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण।
प्रभु जी, कितनी बार लगता है कि अब हमारे पास पावर है 5 वोल्ट की और रिक्वायरमेंट है 11,000 वोल्ट। तो ये गैप कैसे फुलफिल होती है?
तो मैं समझ नहीं
कोई
पाया, 5 वोल्ट
परिस्थिति
11,000 वोल्ट का क्या कनेक्शन
हाँ,
है?
कोई परिस्थिति में रिक्वायरमेंट होती है 11,000 वोल्ट की, यानी
हाँ,
उतनी शक्ति की जरूरत है। और हमारी जो शारीरिक शक्ति है वो है 5 वोल्ट।
तो कृष्ण के पास इनफाइनाइट
तो
वोल्ट की
कार्य
पावर है। तो कृष्ण से कनेक्ट हो जाइए, कृष्ण कर देंगे। आप खुद से करना
राइट।
चाहते हैं, यही तो सबसे बड़ी समस्या है। खुद के पास तो कैपेसिटी हमारे पास नहीं है। तो उनका
राइट।
आश्रय लेना चाहिए जिनके पास अनलिमिटेड कैपेसिटी, एंड
राइट।
एवरीथिंग बी ऑल राइट।
धन्यवाद प्रभु जी।
ओके, यस ऋतिक ब्रो।
देन वी ऑल। ओके, हरे कृष्णा।
यस ऋतिक ब्रो।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
जी प्रभु जी, मेरा ये क्वेश्चन था कि अगर जो भी हम ये लाइफ में अगर मतलब ये जो लाइफ मिला है इसमें जो भी गलत कार्य करते जो भी, तो वो उसका जो ये है वो फैमिली पे जाता है या हमें ही मिलता है?
डिपेंड करता है, फैमिली को भी लेना पड़ सकता है। स्पेशली जो पेरेंट्स होते हैं, जो लीडर्स होते हैं, जिनके अंडर में आप बड़े हुए, जिनके अंडर में आपने ट्रेनिंग लिया, पढ़ाई किया, वो सब उनको सबको मिलता है। क्योंकि उनका रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि उनको इस प्रकार से ट्रेन करना चाहिए, इस प्रकार से शिक्षा देना चाहिए अपने डिपेंडेंट को, कि वो लोग जो है अच्छे रास्ते में चल सकें, भगवान की भक्ति के मार्ग में चल सकें। तो नहीं होने पे तो दोनों को लेना पड़ता है। यहाँ तक कि शास्त्रों में लिखा हुआ है कि जो राजा होता है उसको प्रजा के द्वारा जो पाप किया जाता है उसका 1/6 लेना पड़ता है। 1/6 भाग राजा को मिलता है। अब आप सोच लीजिए, किसी राज्य में, किसी देश में करोड़ों करोड़ों लोग हैं, तो उनके द्वारा जो भी पाप किया जाएगा प्रधानमंत्री को 1/6 भाग लेना पड़ेगा। कितना डेंजरस है। तो होता है।
ओके प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु
ओके।
जी।
हरे
प्रभु
कृष्ण।
जी, ऐसा क्यों होता है? वो 1/6
ऐसा इसलिए होता है
क्यों
क्योंकि आप कंट्रोल में हो ना, यू आर इन कंट्रोल। सो यू यू शुड ट्रेन योर डिपेंडेंट। आपको ऐसे योजना बनाना चाहिए कि जो आपके ऊपर निर्भर हैं, आपके बच्चे हैं या आपके स्टूडेंट हैं या आपकी प्रजा है, तो आप उनको शिक्षा दो, उनको आप प्रेरित करो कि वो धर्म के मार्ग में चले, कृष्ण भक्ति करें। अगर आप वो नहीं दे रहे हैं, देन यू आर फॉल्स लीडर, फॉल्स पेरेंट, फॉल्स लीडर, है ना?
तो प्रभु
इसीलिए
जी, एक बार
ऋषभ
छोटा
महाराज तो
भाग ही
बोलते
क्यों?
हैं कि बनना ही नहीं चाहिए। One is not supposed to become mother, father, leader, teacher if he cannot teach his dependent on the path back home, back to God. न मोचयेत यदि मृत्युम। आपको श्लोक दिखा दूं क्या, या विश्वास है आपको? श्लोक दिखा देता हूँ।
नहीं, बिल्कुल सच है प्रभु जी, मैं बस ये
पिता न
कैलकुलेशन
शिष्या,
समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ
दिखा देते हैं आपको, कैलकुलेशन आपको
कि
समझ
वन
में आ
वन
जाएगा।
सिक्स ठीक क्यों, ज्यादा क्यों नहीं? क्योंकि
हाँ,
प्रधानमंत्री के पास जिस राजा के पास सारे
वन
पावर है,
सिक्स ही बहुत
अगर
है
वो
भाई,
चाहे।
1/6 से ज्यादा दोगे तो हालत खराब हो जाएगा। 1/6। हाँ, ये देखिए 5वें स्कंद में है, 5वें अध्याय का 18वां श्लोक। गुरुर्न सस्यात् स्वजनो न सस्यात्, पिता न सस्यात् जननी न सस्यात्, दैवं न तत्स्यान्न पतिश्च सत्स्यान्, नमो चयेद्यः समुपेत मृत्युम। वन हु कैनॉट डिलीवर इज डिपेंडेंस फ्रॉम द पाथ ऑफ रिपीटेड बर्थ एंड डेथ। यहाँ तो बोल रहे हैं कि जन्म मृत्यु के साइकिल से कोई छुटकारा अगर नहीं दिला सकता है, यानी कृष्ण का शुद्ध भक्त अगर नहीं बना सकता है, he should never become a spiritual master, a father, a husband, a mother, a worshipable demigod। देवता भी नहीं बनना चाहिए। यहाँ तक भी बोल रहे हैं ऋषभ महाराज, ऋषभ देव भगवान के अवतार हैं वो, तो बोल रहे हैं देवताओं को भी अधिकार नहीं है पूजा लेने का। अगर वो अपने जो उपासक हैं उनको कृष्ण भक्ति नहीं दे सकते हैं और उस मृत्यु के चक्कर से छुटकारा नहीं पड़ा सकते हैं। स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर गुरु नहीं बनना चाहिए, पिता नहीं बनना चाहिए, पति नहीं बनना चाहिए, अगर अपनी पत्नी को भौतिक जगत से छुटकारा दिला के आध्यात्मिक धाम में न ले जाए। मदर माँ नहीं बनना चाहिए, वर्शिपेबल डेमिगॉड नहीं बनना चाहिए। ये स्ट्रिक्ट है। इसीलिए हमारा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि हमारे जो डिपेंडेंट होते हैं उनको हम कृष्ण भक्ति में आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रेरित करें और कृष्ण भक्ति से जोड़ें। देन वी आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, तब हम अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को पूरी अच्छे तरीके से कर रहे हैं। ओके।
धन्यवाद प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण।